Hartelijk welkom. De koning is nog steeds wat wij op half 12 gaan aanvangen met de wedstrijd Kingdom of the Netherlands tegen Czechia. Er is een klein beetje in het programma vanwege de tijdsdruk. Dus dat wij wel gelijk gaan beginnen met de eerste bal. Dus het programma is in. Maar half 12 start van de wedstrijd Kingdom of the Netherlands tegen Czechia.
Je hebt echt hoeveel veel geluk dat
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream of Game 3 of a trio of games between the Czech Republic and Team Kingdom of the Netherlands. If you're wondering why we haven't started yet, all 11 of you that are currently watching the stream, we're in a minor rain delay, but this game is going to start at 11:30, so in about 11 minutes. We will not be doing any national anthems and other stuff prior to the game. We'll have a first pitch, ceremonial first pitch, and we'll get right into the game. So no national anthems today for Czechia and the Kingdom of the Netherlands. We'll go right into action at around 11:30. So in about 10 minutes, we'll be back with you, and we'll get to playing baseball. So stay tuned. Game time in 10 minutes.
Help!
Ja, dames en heren, het is zover. We moesten nu helaas even laten wachten, gezien het weer. Maar het is niet droog dat we helemaal klaar zijn voor een mooie wedstrijd. Dag 3 van het eerste Rotterdam Baseball Weekend. Vrijdagavond in de kinderen met de winst vandoor. Gisteravond deden de Tsjechen dat. De avond genoten van een hele mooie home derby. En vandaag doen we nog even de finale van de drie uit. Kijken wie de serie is van doorgaan. U heeft al heel lang moeten wachten op deze wedstrijd, zoals gezegd, niet iets voorstellen. Dat betekent dat we de video's wat ingevoerd hebben. We gaan zo kijken naar de first pitch. En daarna gaan we direct met de wedstrijd beginnen. Want u bent, denk ik, gekomen voor honkbal. Want daar kunnen we allemaal hier in het stadion. Een hele mooie wedstrijd tussen het team England of the Netherlands en de Czech. Welcome, Czech team, your third game. Wish you all the luck. En dan ook Nederlands team, succes in deze wedstrijd. Dan wil ik graag uw aandacht vragen, dames en heren, voor degene die naar de rij hebben gevonden de first pitch vandaag te gooien. Hij is de bevolmachtigde minister van Aruba in Den Haag. Dames en heren, een applaus voor de heer Juan Thijssen. Ja, Matthijs, hier staat er dan. Heeft u wel eens op zo'n veld in de stadion mogen staan? Fantastisch. Nou, de catcher zit er al waar. Catcher, door. First pitch. Ah, over hier. Oké. Dames en heren, de derde wedstrijd, de Rotterdam Baseball League. De first pitch. We gaan het laten staan. De bevolmachtigde minister van Aruba vandaag, de heer Juan Thijssen. Geniet van de wedstrijd. We maken het even vandaag is. Ja, ik zei het al, we maken het niet onnodig langer. We gaan lekker spelen. Ik wens je allemaal een hele mooie wedstrijd. Hallo!
Dankjewel, Loris. Ik stel even aan u voor de plaatsheid van de antwoorden. Iedereen zo aan, ja.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rotterdam, welcome to the Neptunus Family Stadion, where the third game of 3 friendlies between the Kingdom of the Netherlands, playing in orange today, and the Czech Republic, Czechia, will take place. As you're seeing Tom de Blok take his warm-up pitches, and Louis J. Seamless with the camera, getting some up close and personal footage. Once again, I mentioned it before. Follow him on Instagram. Follow Honkbal Softball NL. and Louis J. Seniors for your best baseball content that you can find. We're working with a little bit of a diminished stream today due to the rain. We are not able to sit in our usual booth position because it's not really covered, and it was raining in, so we had to move. We'll do our best to give you the best experience possible for this third of 3 games. Game 1 went 1-0 to Team Kingdom of the Netherlands yesterday. Czechia 6-0 victorious. My name is Jasper Roos. I'm sitting here today with Mike Spijkerman for the graphics. Yuri de Jong is in charge of the buttons. And the signal has been given by our home plate umpire that we are just about ready for baseball here in Rotterdam. And that means that maybe you hear it through my headset or the on-the-field camera. The Barbie theme song, I'm Just Ken. That means Wojtek Mensik will step in. Back in the lineup today at the top, batting 7th yesterday after committing a costly error in Game 1 that led to the winning run for Team Kingdom. Wojtek Mensik. And we are underway with strike 1. All right, so we're dropping some stuff here in the booth. It's all good. Strike 1 to Wojtek Mensik. There also might be a little bit of a delay on the audio. We're working on it. I'm trying to not spoil anything for you guys at home, but as Mensik hacks that ball foul over the screen, 1-2. Yeah, as I said, we have a smaller setup than we're usually working with, so I don't have a second screen to look at for you guys to time my announcing, because there's a slight delay on the cameras. Tom de Blok, starting pitcher for Team Kingdom. The right-hander deals, fires, and that's a ball. So a full count to Mensik. Cold day today here in Rotterdam. It rained for about an hour this morning, so tarp was out on the field. Hit the ground screw as de Blok strikes out Wojtek Mensik. Which brings up Arnost Dubovy. Yeah, we had some rain this morning. Tarp was out on the field. Ground screw did a hell of a job getting the field ready for play. Maybe you can see it on our cameras right over at third base, where Junior Martina is doing some decorating. There's some new dirt on in the third base area. A little soggy. Infield's a little soggy. But right now, it's not raining anymore, as Dubovy swings and grounds it to shortstop. Didi Gregorius fields it cleanly. That's not a great throw, but a nice job by Delano Solasa keeping his foot on the bag and reeling in that slightly dodgy. That's actually not Didi, that's John Polonius today. Which reminds me, I should give you the lineup for Team Kingdom. The defensive alignment. As I said, Tom de Blok on the bump today. Dashenko Ricardo behind the plate. Left to right in the infield, it's Junior Martina, John Polonius. John Polonius at short. Dwayne Kemp's playing second base today. Delano Solasa over at first. As Marek Klub steps in and takes a strike. Outfield left to right, it's Ademar Rifaela in left field. Giandido Tromp in center field today. And your starting right fielder for Team Kingdom, Tommy van der Zande. Didi is in the lineup, he's DHing today. So lots of changes defensively for Team Kingdom. The batting order for the Czechs: Wojtek Mensik leading off, Dubovy batting second, we saw those two. Marek Klub in the batter's box right now, followed by Martin Cervenka, Willie Escala, Martin Muzik, Filip Smola, Michael Vikukal behind the plate today for the Czechs, and Jakub Heitmar rounds out the 9 hitters for the Czech Republic today. Lots of defensive changes for Team Kingdom, some shuffling around. Thomas Lassa playing his 4th or 5th different position of the trio of games that he's been in. He's played left field, right field, second base, first base. He's been all over the diamond, replacing Shervin Newton today, who started at first base in game 1 and 2. Newton on the bench today. That's Kloop. Swings, misses, and fouls it back to the screen. So Poloni is getting his first start at short after Didi started game 1 and 2. Getting a bit of a breather is Gregorius. Junior Martina is always back at third base, and Dwayne Kemp now played third base yesterday. Switched to second base today. And Valazanda in right field, back in right field. He sat out yesterday's game, but started game 1. No Roger Bernardina in the lineup today for Team Kingdom. The 39-year-old getting a day off. I also ran into Kevin Kelly in the parking lot minutes before the game. About 15, 20 minutes before the game. He's not wearing a uniform, so not sure if he's available today. We'll see about that later on in the game. Kelly, of course, pitched the 9th inning on Friday, closed out a 1-0 victory for Team Kingdom. And of course, Kelly also has been dealing with a side injury, an injury to his abdominal or side area for a couple of weeks, and that was the first time he was on a bump again in weeks. As Tom de Blok punches out Marek Kloop. The Czech hitter does not really agree with Efrem Sylvania. But it's a 1-2-3 inning for Tom de Blok. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to short. Means that we're heading to the bottom of the first. And for Team Kingdom, due up. Jan-Dido Tromp leading off. Dwayne Kemp batting second. And Didi Gregorius, the DH, batting third. That means that the lefty starting pitcher, Jeff Bartow, makes his way to the bump for the Czechs. Bartow, American born from Boise, Idaho, 33-year-old lefty. A very interesting story, Jeff Bartow. If not only for the fact that Baseball Reference doesn't have a birth date listed for him. He has an unknown birthday, according to Baseball Reference. But the lefty is now a pitcher for the Czech national team. Bartow pitched Division I baseball for 2 seasons in 2013 and 2014. Was an indie ball for a season. Did not fare too well, statistically speaking, and then decided to take his skills overseas. Ended up in Austria. Played 2 seasons in Austria. Some winter ball in Australia, a season in Croatia, Croatian baseball, 5 seasons in the Czech Republic. That's where he is still active, and a pretty good season in the Czech Extraliga for Bartow, who pitches for the Nuclears in the Extraliga. He was 5-3 this year with a 3.02 ERA, 10 starts, 50.2 innings pitched, 40 strikeouts, 6 walks. And we're about to get underway. Jan-Dido Tromp. Even though our stadium announcer keeps referring to him as Jandro Tromp, that's the different Tromp, a lefty hitter for HCV Bussum. This is a righty hitter. Jan-Dido Tromp in center field today, replacing Roger Bernardina, who was in the lineup back-to-back days on Friday and Saturday. As Barto, the lefty, deals his second pitch. That's chopped to third base by Tromp. That is not the best throw ever over at third base by Philip Smola, but a nice play by Martin Muziek, getting the baseball, putting the tag on Tromp. And that brings up Dwayne Kemp. Dwayne Kemp. 2 balls and a strike for the veteran infielder. Facing lefty pitching Jeffrey Barto, and Kemp drops down a beautiful bunt, which fell dead in the grass. So a bunt single for Dwayne Kemp, and that puts Didi in the box. Lefty on lefty action here. Jeffrey Barto, the left-handed starter, requires a new baseball because he wants to have a nice and clean and dry baseball to face Didi Gregorius, who doesn't need any introduction to anyone who's been watching baseball over the last decade or so. We have a slight delay since our home plate umpire is requesting Ademar Rifaela to take a couple steps back, more towards the on-deck circle and not on the grass. So Dwayne Kemp at first base, not a huge lead, as that pitch is in the dirt, nicely blocked there by the catcher. Today that is Michael Vikukal. So Martin Cervenka, the usual starting catcher for the Czechs, DHing today, not behind the plate, caught yesterday and the day before. So he's getting a day off from crouching down behind home plate. As that pitch is skied by Didi, and he just missed it. You see the reaction by him. He's like, oh, just missed that, just a little bit under it. Because that was a potential home run bomb pitch. As I have spotted Kevin Kelly now wearing his Team Kingdom uniform in the dugout, so he might be available today if called upon, if needed. Ademar Rifaela, the next batter. Winner of yesterday's home run derby. It was a nice 3v3 event. Sigmar Loopstok, Ademar Rifaela. And Shervy and Newton were the 3 participants on the Dutch side. Rifaela ended up hitting the most home runs in the derby and taking away the crown. He received a Neptunus sweater and hat for his services. Very entertaining. There was fireworks on the field and everything. Chilly day today here in Rotterdam. A mere 16 degrees Celsius right now here. I'm wearing a jacket today after broadcasting just with my my t-shirt on yesterday and on Friday night. As Rafaela drills that ball in the right field, but that will be right at a guy. The Czechs have a guy there. That's out number 3, so Kemp stranded at first. And that means we're going to go flip things around. We're heading to the top of the second inning. Martin Cervenka, Willie Escala, Martin Muzik, the scheduled hitters for the Czech Republic. And Tom de Blok heads back to his rightful spot in the center of the diamond. De Blok, the big right-hander. Pitches his home games here in Rotterdam for Curaçao Neptunus. He's 8-0 on the season with a 1.38 ERA in 16 starts. Has a complete game shutout to his name as well this season. 97.2 innings, 104 strikeouts to only 33 walks. So De Blok definitely having a good season. Has hit 8 batters though, so occasionally a baseball can get away from him. But a massive ground ball pitcher. Gets a lot of strikeouts and ground balls. And those are two things you love to see as a manager when you're a pitcher. Ball in air is usually trouble. And De Blok, aside from his 104 strikeouts that I mentioned before, has a 109 to 68 ground ball to fly ball ratio. 109 groundouts this season, only 68 flyouts. So that's something that you definitely enjoy as a manager. I think Evert Jan Toen would love to see more of that today. Strikeouts and groundouts. Well, that's exactly what happened in the first inning. 2 strikeouts and a ground ball. So De Blok continuing the trend of what he's been doing so far this season in the Hoofdklasse here in the Netherlands. As his first pitch is drilled into left field by Martin Cervenka. Once again, those of you who watched yesterday's stream may remember me talking about this. The Czechs playing with random jersey numbers, because Martin Cervenka is listed on my sheet as number 55, but it's number 95 that he's currently playing with. So once again, the Czech manager not making my life easy. And that's the end for Martin Cervenka, apparently. He's being pinch run for. So we have a pinch runner for the Czechs. That will be number 31, which, you guessed it, is not on my sheet. So we'll wait for our PA announcer to announce who the pinch runner is, because I do not know. I do know that Willie Escala is the hitter, the switch hitting, lightning fast infielder. I've really been enjoying Willie Escala play these last 2 days. Just a fun player, a little bottle rocket of an infielder. Played second base in game 1, was at short yesterday. He's in left field today, so the Czechs using him all over the place. Hit 2 doubles in game 1, one left-handed, one right-handed. And now he chops it to first base. That is a beautiful play by Delano Salasa, but there's no way in hell you're going to double off Willie Escala. So the lead runner is gunned down at second base. Again, I do not know who he is. They also don't know who it is, because the Czechs are, again, using jersey numbers that are not listed on their lineup. So we don't know who these players are. So as much as I would like to tell you about these Czech players and find out more about them with you, we can't, because they keep using jersey numbers that are not listed on the lineup sheet that they give us an hour before the game, which I still find fascinating. I do know who this guy is, Martin Muzik, and Willie Escala is at first base. So I'm gonna be looking at him, trying to steal a bag here. It was an incredible thing to watch Willie Escala run in Game 1 on Friday. He shot a ball into left field that was, for 90% of hitters, would have been just a single. And I looked at the baseball rolling all the way to the wall in left field, and by the time I looked back to see if Escala had rounded first, he was already at second base. Incredibly, incredibly fast. And again, they weren't able to double him off just now. Martin Muzik has a 1-1 count on him now. That's how the week started. Martin Muzik was listed as a starting first baseman on Friday, but he never saw an at-bat. He was taken out of the game before his number came up in the lineup, replaced then by Philip Smola, who had such a great game that he started yesterday and today's game. As Muzik grounds that one to Junior Martina. Flip over to second base, and the decision at first base is that the first baseman, that's Delano Salasa, came off the bag. So Willie Escala out at second base, but Muzik safe at first because, according to our first base umpire, Delano Salasa came off the bag at first. That's first base umpire Nick Elsoff with the call. Philip Smola with a line drive, just foul into right field territory. Nick Elsoff is our umpire at first base, by the way. Richard Wessel second base. Jeffrey Bensnyder over at third. And as I mentioned an inning ago, Efraim Silvania is our home plate umpire today. So an 0-1 count to Philip Smola. As I said before, had a very good emergency appearance on Friday, and that led to him starting Game 2 and Game 3. Played third base yesterday, is back at third today. Of course, not playing with the jersey number that is on his sheet, but that doesn't matter. We know who he is. As there goes the runner, as that pitch is in the dirt. Nice block by Deshenko Ricardo, but that's all he could do with it. So a stolen base. Martin Muzik with the steal. And Deshenko Ricardo heads out to Tom de Blok to give him the baseball and give him a little bit of a pep talk or get on the same page. And that gives umpire Silvania a chance to receive some new baseballs from the Bat Boys. So Smola behind in the count 1-2 as the block fires, and that's grounded foul and out of play. So we'll do it all again. 1-2. As Smola skies that one on the infield. Junior Martina barreling down on it, calling it off, and makes the catch. So that is that. So despite a couple runners on, the Czechs do not score. And that means Team Kingdom of the Netherlands is back up. So we'll have more information on Team Kingdom for you in just a second. We'll be back in about 30 seconds to a minute. Junior Martina digs in for Team Kingdom as Team Kingdom will be looking to score some runs. They've scored 1 run so far in 19 innings of games, 19 innings of play since Friday. And Junior Martina not wasting any time chasing that first Jeff Bartow pitch, and he grounds it to short. Nice play by Wojtek Mensik. So 1 pitch, 1 out. As that brings Delano Salasa to the plate, the 24-year-old. As he takes strike 1. Fastball down the middle. We haven't seen enough of that yet by Team Kingdom. As Salasa takes that pitch for a strike as well. Team Kingdom's been swinging early in the count, whereas the Czechs have made the Dutch pitching staff work, fouling off dozens and dozens of pitches in the course of a baseball game. We've seen a lot of early hacks by Team Orange. Not a lot of hard contact just yet. Today, with it being much colder than yesterday and the day before, not sure if we can expect more hard contact today. Wind's blowing in just a little bit out of left field, but not too much. As Salasa swings and misses through that Jeff Bartow elevated fastball. That's strike 3. And that brings up Deshenko Ricardo, the veteran catcher who won the Curacao AA Championship, the highest division of Curacao baseball, with his team, the Firebirds, today. Or not today, this season, I should say. Hit a home run in the final. It was important for that team. Taking home the heartware. And he'll be looking to do that with Team Kingdom in the Czech Republic in about a week and a half when the European Championships start in Czechia. And this triple header that we've been a part of for the last couple of days is a part of the Team Kingdom and Team Czechia preparation for that tournament. Both teams definitely among the favorites for a title. Alongside, of course, Italy, who you always have to keep an eye on in European international play. We've seen a spectrum of ages on the mound for the Czechs. Yesterday, a 16-year-old in relief, and today a 33-year-old starter. Of course, that 16-year-old yesterday faced a 39-year-old Roger Bernardina and a 36-year-old Charlen Schoop at some point in the game. As Dashenko Ricardo lines that baseball in the center field. That is a no-doubt base hit, a single for Ricardo, who's been playing very well defensively and offensively. He's been making solid contacts, been on base quite a bit, but also defensively, outstanding couple of games for Ricardo. And also Signar Loopstok yesterday, who was behind the plate. Defensively, the catching tandem for Team Kingdom has been very, very good. In general, I mentioned this yesterday in the broadcast, Team Kingdom has not been hitting well, but defensively and pitching-wise, it's been generally very good. Just yesterday, Evgeny Casimiri with a bit of a clunker. And Aaron de Groot not able to clean up his mess coming in relief. That led to a whole bunch of runs for the Czechs, who ended up winning 6-0 yesterday. Other than that, JC Sulbaran is excellent as a starter. Shire Martis on Friday. Deliberate but successful as John Polonius with a grounder deep in the hole. What a play by Wojtek Mensik. Wow. He just made up for his error on Friday. Outstanding play after a diving third baseman was not able to corral that ball. That was Philip Smola. It was a nice backhanded stab by Mensik. Quick throw to second base, and Ricardo cut down for the out. So that retires the side. Tom de Blok back to work. We'll be back in just a second. Ooh, yeah. Michael Vikukol using Layla by Derek and the Dominoes as his walk-up song. You love to see it. Well, he's hyped too, because he swings at the first pitch and skies it into right field. Tommy van der Zanne puts it away for the out. So that was a very brief, yet enjoyable at bat. Looks like the Czechs are ready to go home, because they've taken the same strategy as Team Kingdom had in game 1 and 2. They're swinging early in the count, making quick outs. Jakub Heitzmar, the next batter. His first start of the triple header. He came in as a pinch runner on Friday and a defensive replacement on Saturday. As he swings at the second pitch in the at-bat, grounds it to Junior Martina over at third. Quick throw to first. And Tom de Blok continuing his trend of getting quick outs. Strikeouts, ground outs, 1 fly out in this inning. So we're back to the top of the lineup, Wojtek Mensik. With the Barbie song, you love it. The Czechs have picked some excellent walk-up music. I'm a fan. On the Dutch side, it's been mostly unknown to me. Music. But I've heard some good picks by the Czechs. Second pitch by the block to Wojtek Mensik is called a strike by Efraim Silvania. Yesterday's home plate umpire Edwin Louisa getting the day off today. New crew, at least partially new crew. As Mensik takes on that third pitch, lines it in the center field. That's an easy prey for Julito Tromp. And that ends that. As Junior Martina grabs that baseball as it's thrown back into the infield, he flips it into the crowd, and there's 5 kids jumping up and down out of sheer happiness that they received a baseball. It's a kid with an Amsterdam Pirates jersey. You gotta love the ballsiness of wearing an Amsterdam jersey in a Rotterdam stadium. But he's got the baseball. He's running around. Gotta go show his friends over in the third base section. As Jeff Bartow is back on the mound taking his warm-up pitches, and will be back. The lone Hard Rock fan in the Team Kingdom lineup, according to his walk-up song selection. Tommy van der Zanne digs in, number 4. And Silvania is delaying the start of his at-bat, so we're getting a lot of music out of that. The joys of watching a baseball game, walk-up music. Definitely a fun thing to keep track of. It's a first pitch strike by Jeff Bartow to Tommy van der Zanne. Plays his everyday baseball for Amsterdam Pirates. And he swings and hits that second pitch into right field, but Marek Klub checks it down. That's a good pun. Tracks it down. And there we go. Giandido Tromp, who's been called Jandro Tromp for the duration of this weekend. So in his last at bat, I ran over to the stadium speaker and whispered in her ear that this is a different Tromp. Giandido Tromp, who takes a first pitch ball. Tromp, 27 years old, from Oranjestad, Aruba. One of several players of Team Kingdom active in the Frontier League in the United States. Signar Loopstok, another one. JC Sulbaran, Juan Carlos Sulbaran, who started yesterday's game, also in the Frontier League. Tromp roams the outfield for the Lake Erie Crushers. Excellent name for a team. Hit 241 with a 629 OPS so far this season for the Crushers. 3 home runs, 4 doubles. All that in about 262 plate appearances, 65 games. Tromp's been everywhere as well. Played Nicaraguan winter ball in the winter for Leones. Active in the Dutch Hoofdklasse in 2022 with Curaçao Neptunus. And he smashes that baseball into deep left field, to the wall, and off the glove of the left fielder, Willie Escala. And that means that Giandido Tromp has his second double of the weekend. He's been seeing the ball really well. He crushed that baseball, hit high off the glove of Willie Escala and high off the wall in left field. Nice piece of hitting there by Tromp. Played in Italy in 2021, Venezuela in 2019, 2020, Ottawa, when it was still a part of the CAMA instead of the Frontier League. That's where Signar Loopstok now makes his money. The Ottawa Titans. Puerto Rico, Venezuela again. And then some AA, AAA stuff back in the 20. Which is completely empty, so that's all good. Yeah, Tromp is definitely creating a name for himself, creating a career. His baseball reference page goes back to 2012 when he was just 18 years old. As Kemp swings and grounds that baseball to short. Nicely handled by Wojtek Mensik. Tromp moves to third, and Team Kingdom with 2 outs now have Didi at the plate and a runner 90 feet away. Let's see if they can capitulate on that one. They haven't been able to be too clutch so far this weekend. Lots of stranded runners for Team Kingdom over the last 2 games. Only 1 run. As Didi drops down a bunt. And that goes just foul. Nice job by Philip Smola, also punting that baseball into his own dugout the moment it was foul enough for him to take the chance. Just flat out drop kicked it into his own dugout. Making sure that Didi would have to return to home plate where his bat is waiting for him, standing on the home plate. Michael Vikukal was nice enough to grab the bat, take it out of the dirt and put it on home plate. Didi with a tip of the cap to Vikukal to thank him. So 0-1 to Didi. It's Jeff Bartow, the lefty pitcher for the Czech Republic. From Boise, Idaho. Now a longtime resident of the Czech Republic and also a recipient of Czech paperwork, so he can perform for Team Kingdom for Team Czech as Didi smashes that baseball in the right. That was the hardest contact we've seen Didi have in these games, but he hits it right at Marek Klub. So that means that once again Team Kingdom cannot pounce on an opportunity. At a runner at second base with 1 out, had him at third base with 2 outs. But that's where he stranded. Julito Tom de Blok heading back to the mound. And we'll be back in just a second. Arnost Dubovi started game 1, but not game 2 yesterday. Didn't come into the game as a pinch hitter. He's facing Tom de Blok, who gets his at bat underway with a strike. Nice pitch. And once again, Sylvania very concerned with where the bad boys are standing, making sure they're behind the screen so as to not get hurt in case of a foul ball. That's a swing and a miss by Dubovi. That's a ball, so 1-2. As Dubovi swings and fouls that one off. Just out of reach of the fans on the roof of the stadium here. That's another foul ball, this time in the bullpen area for Team Kingdom. So Dubovi staying alive, fouling off pitches he doesn't quite like. But he can't take them because he doesn't want to strike out. That pitch by de Blok is a nice pitcher's pitch, just a bit outside for a ball. Couldn't get Dubovi to chase. He could get him to chase this time around. Sylvania checks with Nick Elshoff at first base, and that's a strikeout for Tom de Blok. And that brings Marek Klub to the plate. Tall glass of water, number 73. Was it right field on Friday, I think? Center field yesterday, back in right field today. He takes strike one from the block. As that's called a ball, so 2 balls and a strike. As that ball is crushed into left field by Kloop. Back goes the left fielder, and that's a nice grab right there by Ademar Rafaela. Kloop, of course, the number 2 in yesterday's home run derby. He flies out to the guy who beat him, Ademar Rafaela. As the block misses for a ball. Tom de Blok taking a little page out of JC Sulbaran's book from yesterday. Excellent start yesterday for the veteran right-hander JC Juan Carlos Sulbaran. And he was successful by throwing strikes and working quickly. De Blok is doing similar things here. Not nibbling too much, just throwing strikes, forcing the Czechs to swing the bat, take it off their shoulder. Shari Martis, of course, also an excellent performance on Friday, but he worked quite a bit slower. A lot of downtime in between pitches for Martis on Friday. As that pitch was so close that 4 of the 4 infielders were walking off the field thinking that the Blok had a strikeout, but that's interesting because he only had 1 strike on our next hitter here. The scoreboard's behind, that's why. That's a strikeout, there we go. Yeah, the scoreboard still has Marek Kloop up there. That's also not correct. This was a strikeout for the mystery pinch hitter that we still don't know who it is. So I'm gonna check and see if we have a name for that guy already, and we'll be back right after this. we have a name for you and a pitching change. So lots of information for me to share with you. Jakub Prokop is the mystery number 31. He is on the lineup sheet. He just doesn't have a jersey number on the lineup sheet that we received from the Czech team. So now we know that is number 31. That's the guy who was the final out of the last inning. We have a new pitcher as well. Jeff Bartow has been replaced by Filip Čapka. Second time on the mound today, or not today, of course, this weekend for Čapka, who was intimately familiar with this country that we're playing in right now, as he pitches his everyday baseball for Twins in Oosterhout in the Dutch Hoofdklasse, for whom he's having an excellent season. He's 7-5 with a 2.35 ERA. 21 appearances, 13 starts, has a save, and racked up 95.2 innings, 90 Ks, 46 walks. And similarly to Tom de Blok, Čapka is also a massive ground ball split guy. 110 ground outs and just 66 flyouts on the year. And similarly to de Blok, Čapka has a tendency to occasionally hit a batter. De Blok has 8 on the season, or had 8 on the season, as Rafaela strikes out to Čapka. 6 hit by pitches for Filip Čapka in the Hoofdklasse this season. So very similar pitchers. De Blok a little bit further in the strikeout department. And given the fact that de Blok pitches for the #1 ranked team in the country, he has quite a few more wins. But as we all know now, wins are not necessarily a pitcher stat. They are more of a team stat. Junior Martina takes strike 1 from Čapka. 1 out here. Bottom of the 4th inning. It's a quick game so far. We're about an hour underway. A little under an hour. And we're in the 4th. And this is what I'm talking about. That's a slider that just really gets away from Čapka. Almost hits Martina both in the hip/helmet, because Martina was ducking away. So that one was, that's not where Čapka wanted it to go. So 1-1 to count. And his next Čapka pitch is outside. As we have an invasion of little children here around us. In case you're wondering what that screaming is, no, we're not. Ooh, that is crushed by Junior Martina. That's that's out of here, but it's on the foul side of the foul pole. That would have been well out of here had Martina been able to keep it fair. Crushed that baseball. So Čapka, be warned, don't throw that pitch again, because that might end up on the softball field behind the left field home run fence. Wow, he crushed that ball. That's probably the hardest hit ball we've seen all weekend. Čapka misses on the next one, so we have a full count now here. Bottom of the 4th inning, 1 out. It's tied at 0. The Netherlands out hitting the Czechs 3-1. But Goosek's in the run department. Big giant donuts on the scoreboard. The full count pitch here from Čapka, about to reach Junior Martina, who's choked up on the bat just a little bit. You don't see that a lot more anymore. But Martina definitely changing his grip on the baseball bat just a little bit. Payoff pitch for Čapka. Swung on and swung high in the air. That'll end up in the netting. That's a foul ball. So we'll do it all again. family day here today at the ballpark, and that has certainly worked. Lots of youngsters in attendance today as Martina fouls that one out of play as well. Lots of kids wearing their own club's uniforms as well in the stadium. It's always a nice thing to see as Chapka fires the payoff pitch, and that's ball 4 to Junior Martina. So he will take first base. And that brings up Delano Salasa. Dashenko Ricardo on deck, still wearing his shin guards, because there's one out, and if Salasa were to hit in a double play, Ricardo would have to take his rightful spot behind the plate again. So Chapka out of the stretch now with a runner at first base. That's Junior Martina. First pitch ball to Delano Salasa. That's a nice job checking that swing. Salasa was going to go for it, decided to hold up, and he did. So 2 balls, no strikes to Salasa. Martina over at first base taking a nice lead. Muzik definitely holding him short, and Salasa takes ball 3. So a 3-0 pitcher. And Chapka fires a fastball down the middle. Salasa taking all the way. Lengthy sequence of signs coming into Salasa now with a 3-1 count. We'll see if the Kingdom team is putting runners in motion here. The Czechs seem to think so, because Chapka tries to pick off. Well, he doesn't really try to pick off. He's checking in on Junior Martina with a quick pickoff throw. But that was not his A move. Martina's off. And it's a hit and run. Nice job by Team Kingdom there. That's beautiful. Beautiful job by Delano Salasa as Martina was off on the pitch, the 3-1 pitch, pulling the second baseman towards the bag, and Salasa shoots it into right field in the vacated area. Beautiful job. Salasa, of course, one of the guys that you know can pull off a hit and run in the batter's box, because he plays for HCV. And the past 2 seasons with Danny Rombly at the helm for HCV, we've seen a lot of hit and runs. So we know they practice that. We know they put it into action in the game a lot. And Salasa, being one of the prime hitters in the HCV squad that won the league last season, is one of the guys that you can use in a hit and run situation. Perfectly executed hit and run. Nice call also from Avery Jonathan from the managerial seat on the bench. 3-1, obviously a good count to pull off a hit and run in, but nice job by Salasa. It'll be interesting to see what the new manager for HCV is going to do with all that hit and run skills that Danny Rombly, who has since vacated his position as manager. He announced last week after HCV were eliminated in the Dutch playoffs that he would resign as a manager to spend more time at home. As the next hitter, Dashenko Ricardo, crushes that ball right at Wojtek Mensik. That is just so unlucky, because that's a double play, because Ricardo does not run fast. Nice job still by Salasa trying to not even break it up, but he made a slide to maybe scare Wojtek Mensik into providing a bad throw at first base. But instead, we're done on the inning again. No runs, despite the fact that the Dutch had runners on first and third with 1 out. An untimely double play ends the threat. We're heading to the top of the 5th. We'll be back.
eerst helft van de weging.
Top of the 5th inning, Willie Escala, the leadoff hitter for Team Czechia. Escala batting 5th in the lineup today. Been shuffled around just a bit in games 1 and 2. Second base, shortstop as well, playing left field today. Hit low in the order, hit leadoff. He's been all over as Willie Escala. He fouls off the first pitch by Tom de Blok, who's still working from the pitcher's mound for Team Kingdom. We do see some raking being done in the bullpen. And with this being de Blok's 5th inning of work, even though he's not throwing a lot of pitches, you'd think that there would be some activity in the bullpen for Team Kingdom. You don't want to overwork your starters. As that high fly pop up by Willie Escala is put away by John Polonius behind shortstop on the outfield grass. That brings Martin Muzik to the plate for the Czechs. Reached base earlier in the game, stole a bag as well. And was stranded eventually in that inning because the score is tied at 0. The Czechs only 1 base hit. A crooked number in the hitting column for the Dutch, 4 to be exact. Other than that, it's been a well-pitched game on both sides. Jeff Bartow for Team Czechia, the starter. He's since been replaced by Filip Čapka, who pitched in and out of trouble in the last inning. Had runners on 1st and 3rd for the Dutch, 1 out. But Čapka got Tashenko Ricardo to ground into a double play to short. Nifty little 6-4-3 double play turned by Wojtek Mensik. As this next pitch by de Blok is lined into right field by Muzik, but nice catch by Tommy van der Zande on the run. Tracks it down. And that brings Filip Smola to the plate. De Blok still on the mound for the Dutch. Started the game. Has been excellent so far. Working quickly, throwing strikes, getting outs. And no need just yet to replace him since nobody's actually warming up in the bullpen. That's a swing and a miss right there for Smola. That elevated fastball. One ball, 2 strikes to Filip Smola. Tom de Blok here dealing his 1-2 pitch. That is lined to short, but a nice grab by John Polonius. So that's 2 batters in a row with some hard contact against the Blok, but they hit it right at a guy. And if you hit it right at a guy, you're usually out. Very quick inning again for de Blok. He's making light work of the Czechs so far. So heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. We're tied at 0.
Thank you.
Ale já si tady dám, já už si jdu tady a prostě tady nahoru něco.
Hier spelen we Czechia. Onze vrouwploeg!
In case you were wondering who those young studs were on the field just now, that was the Dutch under-15 national team. They won the European Champions Cup, the European Championship, I should say, a couple of weeks ago. So they received some applause from the crowd. So Czapka now finishing his warm-up pitches to the tunes of You're the One That I Want from the movie musical Grease. Bottom of the fifth. I said top of the sixth earlier, but of course bottom of the fifth. John Polonius headed to the plate for his at-bat. Toby van der Zonde on deck. The 8 and 9 hitters for Team Kingdom. As Polonius takes ball one. As there's a strike. Ooh, that's a very nice breaking ball by Czapka right there. 1-2 the count. Our scoreboard is trailing. So I'm very happy that Efraim Silvania, the home player, giving us the count on his fingers so I can keep track as well. Because there's a million different things for me to do here in the ballpark. Trying to paint you a picture of things that are happening here while we're watching this game. That is way high for a ball. As that ball is chopped up the middle, and that's a base hit for John Polonius, who knows this field very well. He plays his baseball for Curaçao Neptunus and has so for a couple of seasons now. There it is again, the loud guitar music coming out of the PA speakers here, which is our cue that Tommy van de Zonde has stepped into the batter's box, the right-handed hitting right fielder for Amsterdam Pirates. Batting ninth today for Team Kingdom. Was out of the lineup yesterday, back in there today, after also starting game one. As that next pitch by Chapka is called a strike. So an 0-2 count to Van de Zonde with John Polonius over at first base, nobody out. Would be nice to see the Kingdom team put on an extended rally here. They haven't been able to do so yet in games 1 and 2. It would be nice to see a little bit of a... there we go, Tommy van de Zonde, hacks it. That's right at the shortstop. Wojtek Mensik with a quick flip to second base. That's a double play. Van de Zonde runs very well, nearly beat it out. But he hit that baseball too hard to make a difference. So another double play wipes out a potential rally opportunity for Team Kingdom, and that's been the case for the past 2 games as well. Earlier today as well, runners on first and third, 1 out. Dashenko Ricardo grounded into an inning-ending double play, ending that threat, and right here, Tommy van de Zonde rounding into another double play as well. So we're back to the top of the lineup. Gianlito Tromp hit a massive, massive rocket double in his last at-bat. Strike one to Gianlito Tromp. He's been playing very well these past couple of days. One of the few Kingdom players who has been hitting the ball with authority whenever he's on the field. 2 doubles so far this weekend. One of which earlier today. Oh, he crushes that one. That might be gone. Yep. Gianlito Tromp with a solo shot. And it's exactly like I said, he's been one of the few Kingdom players who's been crushing the baseball, hitting it with authority, and he blasted that one over the Lucky Day sign in left field. And Team Kingdom take a 1-0 lead on a rocket home run by Gianlito Tromp. Well, if you can't put together an extended rally, hit it out. And that's exactly what Gianlito Tromp just did. 1-0 Team Kingdom. Dwayne Kemp, good old number 7, takes ball 1 here from Philip Chapka, who just gave up a massive home run to Gianlito Tromp. Let's see how he recovers from that. As Kemp hits a single into center field, because that's a nice little floater over shortstop, over the head of Wojtek Mensik. And apparently there is something wrong with Michael Vikukal, because his mask and glove were on the ground. Didi picked him up just now, and Didi called for the manager to come out to come check on his catcher. it's an interesting thing to see. It's the Team Kingdom hitter Didi Gregorius calling for the Czech manager to come check on his catcher. Apparently all is well. Didi hands over the mask and glove. He doesn't need it, he needs a bat. But it's nice to see that between Vikukal putting the bat on the plate earlier when Didi hit a foul ball to make his life easier, now it's Didi returning the favor and handing the catcher his mask and glove. Nice little display of sportsmanship between Michael Vikukal and Didi Gregorius. There we go. Hitting is contagious, and after Giandino Tromp hits a solo home run 2 hitters ago, it's Dwayne Kemp with a single and Didi with a line shot into right field for his first base hit of the weekend. And because of a little bobble by Mata Kloop in right field, Dwayne Kemp reaches third because Kloop just botched it, didn't field it cleanly, dropped the baseball, and Kemp, being the excellent and hyper-aware base runner that he is, instantly picked up on Kloop's lack of effort on that play, and he took third. So 8 base hits now for Team Kingdom on the scoreboard. They only have the 1 run to show for because of all those double plays that I was talking about earlier. But there's something cooking here with 2 outs as home run derby winner Adama Rifaela steps in. And he hits a base hit up the middle. No, that is unfortunate. He hit that baseball hard. It was just deflected by Chopka enough to slow down the track of that baseball. And Rifaela is thrown out at first base, excuse me. Because he seemed to have hit that plenty hard enough to shoot it through the infield for an RBI base hit. But Chopka just got enough of his glove on it to slow it down. So that retires the side here. So it's 1-0 on the Giandino Tromp solo home run. It's 1-0 Team Kingdom. We'll be back. Michael Vikukal and Derek and the Dominoes. Strike 1 by Tom de Blok. It's Vikukal, the catcher, at the plate. Ooh, Vikukal hits that ball hard into center field. Tracked down easily though by Giandino Tromp. So Vikukal retired for out number 1. Tom de Blok still on the mound. No activity. Yes, activity in the bullpen for the Dutch. A right-handed pitcher is warming up. As Jakub Heitmar singles up the middle there on that pitch by the block. Out of reach of both the shortstop and the second baseman, John Polonius and Dwayne Kemp, who know each other very well. They are both infielders for Curaçao Neptunus. Wojtek Mensik is the next batter here. So we're back to the top of the lineup. The Czech shortstop. Heitmar with a good lead at first. He's got one of those runnerish stances over at first base, as that is foul tipped by Wojtek Mensik to the screen. Heitmar took off, but has to return to first base. A one count to Mensik, and the block fires a fastball right by him. Swing and strike, so 0-2 to the Czech shortstop, who's been extremely busy today. Lots of baseballs hit his way, involved in multiple double plays. After his error on Friday that led to the winning run for Team Kingdom, he certainly redeemed himself with some very good play in yesterday's and today's game, and he is punched out here on strikes. He didn't agree with that or wasn't aware he was on 2 strikes. But either way, to the dugout you go. Yes, he is indeed blonde. Yes, so we figured it out. The Barbie song about blonde male fragility, I think the line is. That's that must be a pun, because Wojtek Mensik is indeed blonde haired. I was looking for a way to figure that out yesterday, and we just did. Oof! That is a nice base hit there by Arnost Dubovi. A line shot into left field. First pitch hunting. That's a double for Dubovi. Yes, he is safe at second base with the slide. He moves Heitmar over to third base. Well, that ball was crushed. So hard contact here in the inning against Tom de Blok. And we do have still have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. And home run derby runner-up Marek Klub. Official scorer was nice enough to not give him an error half inning ago when he bobbled the ball in right field that allowed Dwayne Kemp to reach third base. There we go again. Not sure what the delay is here, but we're back to baseball. 2 outs here. Top of the 6th inning is 1-0 Team Kingdom of the Netherlands on the Gildido home run. Gildido Tromp home run last inning, or last half inning, I should say. As de Blok nearly hits Klub there in the back with a breaking ball. Instead, it's ball 1. Runners on second and third for the Czechs. Arnost Dubovi at second base, Jakub Heitmar at third. As that is a beautiful off-speed pitch by de Blok. Klub was thinking fastball all the way, and he missed that ball by at least a foot, swinging right over the top of it. So 1-1 here. Top of the 6th inning. As de Blok fires, that's a nice block there by Dashenko Ricardo. That's outside for ball 2. Again, the catching tandem of Dashenko Ricardo and Signarv Lopstok have been excellent for Team Kingdom, both defensively and offensively. Same pitch, just a little more in the strike zone. Nice block again by Dushenko Ricardo. Kloop swings and misses. It's 2-2. 2 outs here. Runners on second and third to Czechs. Would really be looking for a base hit here by their power hitter, Marek Kloop. Given the fact that Martin Cervenka, who started the game at DH, was taken out after his first at bat. He singled, was then pinch ran for, and he's out of the game. He's their premier power threat. 20 home run, 20 double power in the Extraliga this season in the Czech Republic. As Team Kingdom tries to triple up on the same pitch there, because that's 3 pitches in a row that Dushenko Ricardo needs to drop down to his knees to make sure that ball doesn't get by him. Breaking pitch is low and outside. Trying to get Kloop to chase. He's not just yet. He chased twice earlier in the at-bat. 3 times so far, not the charm. As the block deals, that's another breaking ball. It's inside, it's popped up. Salasa chases. Sliding catch. Nice job, Delano Salasa. He almost ran back into the infield before realizing that was out number 3. Nice job, Delano Salasa over at first base. Again, he's been all over the diamonds, playing second, right field, left field, and now first base. A nice defensive play there, bailing out his pitcher who had runners on second and third. But the block pitch is out of a mini jam. So we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, still leading 1-0. Team Kingdom ahead. New pitcher for the Czech Republic. We'll tell you all about him when we return. Welcome back to Rotterdam. Welcome back to the Curaçao Neptunus Familiestadion. On day 3 of the Rotterdam baseball weekend, a triple header of friendly games between Team Czechia and Team Kingdom of the Netherlands. Thank you so much for joining us here for a third of 3 games. My name is Jasper Roos. We've been broadcasting these games for you this weekend. Hopefully you've been enjoying it. A 1-0 victory on Friday for Team Kingdom. Then Czechia came out victorious yesterday, 6-0. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Czechs. It's Tomáš Dufek. Dufek, the owner of a 9 ERA in the Czech Extraliga this year. 2 starts, 9 innings, 13 hits against, 9 earned runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, 3 doubles as well. And opponents are hitting .342 against Dufek in the Extraliga. Player for Eagles. Junior Martina, the hitter. As he looks at a strike there. So an 0-2 count for the Dutch third baseman. As that next pitch is way outside. For a ball, 1-2. Delano Salasa in the on-deck circle. He of the great sliding catch in foul territory last half inning that got Tom the Block out of a jam as Martina hits that ball on the screws, but a little one-hopper for the shortstop Wojtek Mensik is an easy play. Throws it to first. Junior Martina retired, so 1 away here, bottom of the 6th inning. It's ball 1 to Salasa here. And he fouls that ball out of play, so 1-1. As he drills that baseball into left field, that's going to one-hop the wall, and it gets away from Willie Escala. Now Salasa is plenty fast enough. He would have had a double anyway. But that little bobble in left field made it even easier for him to get to second. So a ringing double there with 1 out for Delano Salasa. And it's actually very good to see Team Kingdom hitting some baseballs hard here in these last 2 innings. Dashenko Ricardo has been taken out of the game. Signar Loopstok, also a home run derby participant from yesterday, has taken over. So they're splitting duties evenly, with Ricardo catching game 1, Loopstok catching game 2, and Loopstok now replacing Ricardo halfway through game 3. So catching duties being divvied up equally between the 2 veteran backstops. And Loopstok certainly doesn't want to waste any time. He takes a hack at that first pitch. Salasa scores. Loopstok is gunned out at second base. That's a great throw by our good friend Willie Escala in left field. That is a heck of a throw. So Loopstok out at second, trying to stretch that base hit into a double, but Salasa crosses the plate. It's 2-0 Team Kingdom of the Netherlands. And suddenly this game is entertaining. I don't know what's going on, but this game is entertaining. Some great defense on both sides of the ball. And even though the Czechs are not really hitting the ball with much of authority against Tom de Blok, it's the Team Kingdom that's been raking for about an inning and a half now. Ever since Gianlito Tromp crushed that solo home run in the bottom of the 5th. They've been hitting the ball hard. So it's 2-0. RBI base hit for Signar Loopstok. As Polonius skies that ball into right, that's caught on the warning track by Marek Kloop, so that ends the inning. But, well, that was fun. Hard contact by Salasa, hard contact by pinch hitter Signar Loopstok. And a beautiful throw by Willie Escala in left field, gunning down Loopstok at second base, because even though Loopstok doesn't run quite as fast as some of the other players on Team Kingdom, it still took a perfect throw by Willie Escala from the far left field corner to throw him out at second base. So even though it scored a run, it's still a nice little silver lining for the Czechs that they have a guy like Willie Escala on the team, who's been entertaining the heck out of me for the past 3 days. And we have a new pitcher for Team Kingdom of the Netherlands, and I recognized him as he was walking onto the field. This is Amsterdam Pirates right-hander Scott Prince taking over for Tom de Blok, who was excellent today. Pitched 6 full innings, gave up 3 hits. Very good performance by Tom de Blok following yesterday's starter Juan Carlos Zulbaran, who was also outstanding in his time on the bump. So the young hard-throwing right-hander Scott Prince. And he'll be pitching, like I said, to a new catcher, because Signar Loopstok, the pinch hitter in the last half inning, who drove in the second run, is behind the plate. He's taken over for Dashenko Ricardo. As Till I Collapse by Eminem plays on the PA system, which I shouldn't even be talking through, because that's an absolute banger. I am, however, going to interrupt Slim Shady to tell you that Scott Prince is 5-4 this season for Amsterdam Pirates. A 3.18 ERA, 16 appearances, 11 starts. He has a save. He's pitched 73 and 2/3 innings, 45 strikeouts, 23 walks. And Prince definitely a fly ball pitcher. His younger brother plays in the United States in the Seattle Mariners organization. That'd be Connor Prince. And Scott's first pitch is lofted into left field by Milan Prokop, the mystery number 31. Easy catch there for Ademar Rifaela in left field. And that brings up Willie Escala. So that, just as I was telling you, that Prince is a fly ball pitcher. That was a high fly out by Prokop. As Prince's first pitch to Willie Escala is inside for a ball. Escala hitting from the left side against the right-handed Prince. That is a beautiful changeup, pull a string on him there. Escala way out in front of it for a swinging strike, 1-1. And that's a nice high elevated fastball by Prince, swung through by Escala, who's now behind in the count, 1-2. One out here. Top of the 7th inning. It's Team Kingdom ahead 2-0. They have 10 base hits. They've only been able to score 2 runs, but they are ahead here against the Czechs. As Escala drills that ball into right field for his, I believe, 3rd hit of the weekend. Hit 2 doubles on Friday. Yes, Escala is a fun player. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Martin Muzik, who has a very ambient walk-up song. I don't know if he's trying to lull the defense to sleep, but that's the complete opposite of Till I Collapse by Eminem that we heard a minute ago. First pitch to Muzik is a strike. Lengthy sequence of signs coming in from the third base coach to both Willie Escala at first base and Martin Muzik. Escala, like I've mentioned multiple times, is lightning fast. And we'll see if he's going to try and steal a bag here. He fakes it here, but doesn't go. It's a ball by Prince, so it's 1-1. That next pitch is the inside half of the plate, fouled back. Jammed Muzik there a little bit, did Prince. The next pitch underway is a breaking ball that gets away from Prince just a little bit. Smidge high, so ball 2. So Prince misses again here, so a full count to Martin Muzik. First baseman for the Czechs. Escala again with some motions, and that's a line drive base hit by Muzik into the left field corner. That'll roll all the way to the wall, and yep, by the time that baseball reaches the cutoff, man, Escala has already crossed home plate, and he's hurt. it looks like Willie Escala has a hamstring injury because he is grabbing his hammy. But that was unreal. So he was at first base when that absolute line drive shot was hit and went all the way to the wall. And by the time that baseball has been picked up by Rafaela and thrown back into Polonius's glove, Escala had already crossed home plate. But now, unfortunately, he has grabbed his hamstring. So I think that might be the last we've seen of Willie Escala this weekend, because there's no reason to put him back out there if his hammy is barking. But man, that guy's fast. So the Czechs are on the board. It's 2-1. And of course, we have a runner at second base because that's the guy who drove in the run, Martin Muzik. Stole a base earlier in the game. I don't think he's going to steal third here off of Prince, but fires that pitch in, and that's a ball. So 1-1. I'll be keeping an eye on whoever comes out of the dugout for the Czechs and heads into left field. I'm going to guess it's not going to be number 64, Willie Escala. As Prince delivers the 1-1 pitch, that's grounded to Dwayne Kemp at second base. The out is recorded at first. So Jakub Kubica, our pinch hitter for Filip Šmola, is retired, but Martin Muzik reaches third. And I don't even have to look at my lineup sheet to know that the next hitter is Michael Vikukal. Because that is, of course, once again, Layla coming out of the PA system. 2 outs here. Scott Prince has a job to do. He has to strand that runner at third base, otherwise we're going to be tied. And he might just get it done, because that ball is way high in the air. And Prince continuing his legacy as a fly ball pitcher. But as an easy catch for Gianvito Tromp. So despite giving up a run, Prince pitches out of the inning with the lead intact. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 2-1 Team Kingdom. Willie Escala is back in left field. I thought I would lead with that, starting this new half inning. I'm very happy to see Willie back out there. Apparently the hammy is not as tight as it appeared to be. New pitcher for Czechia. Stefan Dupal, you hear the PA announcer announce the new pitcher for Team Czechia, Stefan Dupal. He replaces Tomas Dufak. And Stefan Dupal pitches in the Extraliga in the Czech Republic. He plays for Tempo. He's 5-1 on the season, 2.48 ERA. Coming out of the bullpen. 16 appearances, 2 saves on the year, 36 in the third inning, 37 Ks, just 9 walks. Ground ball pitcher. Opponent's batting only 185 against Dupal in the Extraliga. And he gets ahead of Tommy van der Zande with a swinging strike. That is a strike two, a called strike in this case from home plate umpire Efraim Silvania. So Van der Zande has a hole to dig out of. And he is punched out on strikes here, and 3 straight pitches from Stefan Dupal. And that brings up Yildido Tromp, owner of the only home run we've seen so far this weekend. He hit that in the bottom of the 5th, and that really jump-started the Kingdom offense. They've been smacking baseballs to unvacated spots on the diamond ever since. They've racked up 10 base hits already this game. Only 2 runs to show for it. Only a 2-1 score. 15 base hits between the two teams. 10 for Team Kingdom, 5 for the Czechs. And the Czechs seem hellbound on using every relief pitcher they hadn't used yet today, because every inning there seems to be a new guy out in the bump. And this guy, Stefan Dupal, after striking out Tommy van der Zande on 3 pitches, can't find the strike zone against Yildido Tromp. It's 2-0. That next pitch is fouled back over the backstop for a foul ball strike. And based on the applause, you can probably guess that that ball is caught nicely by a fan after it bounced back off of the netting above us, as Tromp continues to crush baseballs here this weekend. Line drive single into left field for Yildido Tromp. And that brings up Dwayne Kemp. It's a chilly day here at the ballpark today. Just 17 degrees Celsius. After a beautiful night game on Friday and a sunny afternoon affair yesterday I should say. First pitch to Kemp is high and outside for a ball. There goes Tromp. It's another hit and run. Kemp crushes it into left field, but Willie Escala with the grab. They're going to try to double off Tromp, but unsuccessfully. That ball's cut off. No throw to first base. But a very nice grab. Again, it's this speed of Willie Escala that made him get under that baseball very easily, because that was a line drive hit by Dwayne Kemp. And it really required Escala to turn on the jets to be able to grab that baseball that easily. And while the Czech defense now shifts just a little bit. We have a shortstop playing almost behind second base, and both center fielder and left fielder are shifting to right field. And still, Didi wins. He grounds it up the middle for a base hit, and Tromp is going to try and take third. He is safe as that ball gets away from third base. It goes into the dugout as emphatically gestured by Jeffrey Bensnyder. That means that Tromp gets a free pass to home plate, and it's 3-1 Team Kingdom. So Giolito Tromp really making things happen today with a home run in the bottom of the fifth. A couple of hard hit balls, and now taking an extra base, forcing the Czechs into another mistake as that throw to third scooted away from the third baseman and ended up in the dugout. So Didi gets another extra base. They're saying Didi goes to third. The Czechs say, why is Didi getting another base? And they're getting an explanation now from second base umpire Richard Wessel. And now the manager for Czech Republic is probably going to get the same explanation from Efraim Silvania. Yep, and they're all in agreement, it seems. So it's 3-1 Team Kingdom. The Didi base hit up the middle and the following error. Baseball thrown into their own dugout by the Czechs. Puts a runner at third. That's Didi Gregorius and Ademar Rifaela in the batter's box. And Team Kingdom is crushing Stefan Dupal, because that is another RBI base hit. This time it's Ademar Rifaela with a line shot into right field, right center field. And now the swinging early in the count is paying dividends for Team Kingdom. Didn't work at all in game 1 and 2 on Friday and Saturday, but now with Dupal apparently throwing up meatballs there earlier in the count, Team Kingdom is warmed up, absolutely crushing the baseball from the 5th inning on. 4-1 as Didi crosses the plate. Junior Martina now the next batter, as Dupal fires his fastball into the strike zone there for a strike. Martina was taking. And that is chopped to shortstop, and it's once again bobbled by Wojtek Mensik, who was trying to rush the play, even though Ademar Rifaela is by no means a speed burner. Mensik had plenty of time to field that baseball, flip it to second base to get the out. He took his eyes off the ball, and it dropped out of his glove. That is the second error on the weekend for Wojtek Mensik. And the second time that he commits an error with 2 outs on the scoreboard. Little chat between catcher Vikukal and his pitcher. So Dupal in trouble. He's given up 2 runs already. He's got runners on first and second. There's 2 outs though, and Salasa doesn't waste any time, goes right after the first pitch again. This time Mensik, sure-handedly enough, this time took his time. Fielded it cleanly, flipped to second base to retire Junior Martina. Fielder's choice for Delano Salasa, and that ends the inning, but not before Team Kingdom puts 2 more runs on the board. It's 4-1 as we head to the top of the 8th, as Scott Prince. Yep, Scott Prince has been replaced. We have a new pitcher for Team Kingdom. It's Mike Groen, who also pitched on Friday night. And he'll take his warm-up pitches, and we'll be back. If you were watching Friday's game when Mike Groen entered the game, you remember me saying, "Holy hell, what is that noise?" Apparently that's his walk-up song. Here it is again. And apparently 10 seconds isn't enough. We need to listen to this for a minute and a half while he takes all his warm-up pitches. I prefer Derek and the Dominoes or Eminem over this personally. But hey, now I'm just showing my age, I guess. Mike Groen on the mound. He'll be pitching to Signar Loopstok, who took over for Dashenko Ricardo a couple innings ago. Mike Groen, as I said on Friday, pitches for Curaçao Neptunus in the Dutch Hoofdklasse. He has a 2 ERA this season. 22 appearances, 4 saves, 22.1 innings pitched, and 22 strikeouts. So a lot of 2s in Mike Groen's stat line. 2 wild pitches, 2 hit by pitches as well. There you go. And 24 groundouts to 21 flyouts. And he makes light work here of Jakub Heitmar as Salasa beats Heitmar to the bag in a foot race. 1 away. So we're headed into the latter stages of this Rotterdam baseball weekend. We're in the top of the 8th inning of game 3 out of 3. Wojtek Mensik, the shortstop, digs in with 1 out here, facing Mike Groen. And that first pitch by Groen is high for a ball. That's a massive swing and a miss there for Mensik. Strike 1, 1-1. As that ball is high and outside, 2-1. So Mensik, who committed his second error of the weekend a half inning ago, made up for it by immediately getting the similar play hit towards him and then converting the out at second base cleanly. He's behind in the count now, 1-2. As that is a, nice play by Delano Salasa. That ball was a little nubber in between Salasa at first base and the first base foul line, and a diving stab by Salasa. And then it's another foot race to the bag, and Salasa wins it again. So Delano definitely making his mark. Definitely one of the more fun players in the Dutch Hoofdklasse to watch. Salasa's always in the center of action, albeit defensively or offensively. First pitch to Arnost Dubovy is a strike out of the right hand of Mike Groen. And from the looks of it, as that is a check swing called strike. So 0-2 count to Dubovy. From the looks of it, there's another reliever warming up in the bullpen for Team Kingdom. And it is Kevin Kelly. As Groen thought he had Dubovy struck out, but not the case, says Efraim Sylvania. Those of you who were tuned into the game early on might remember me telling you the story of me running into Kevin Kelly in a parking lot half an hour before game time in his civilian clothes. That led to me speculating that he might not be available today, given the fact that he pitched on Friday, as that's a swing and a miss for Arnost Dubovy. And given the fact that Kelly has just returned from an injury. But he's warming up in the bullpen now, so it looks like Kevin Kelly might be asked to close this game out once we reach the top of the 9th inning. because there's multiple pitchers in the bullpen, but there's only one actively throwing. That would be Kevin Kelly. And that could very well be lights out then for the Czechs, because Kelly has been just incredible this season. I mean, he was always good, but this season has been something. New pitcher for Czech Republic. I think that might be the 16-year-old David Merga, or let me see if I can see jersey number 40. That's David Mergans, 43, yes. David Mergans, indeed. Pitched yesterday as well. David Mergans on the mound, the right-hander for the Czechs. So if everything goes according to plan for Team Kingdom, this will be the last time they'll take their at-bats this weekend. And it's safe to say that this Rotterdam baseball weekend has been a success. With Team Kingdom being able to get some serious competition, because the Czechs certainly played well in game 1 and 2. And the first half of this game as well. And it's not like they're playing poorly now. They're just running into a warmed-up Dutch offense, because the buzzsaw that we've seen since the bottom of the 5th inning stood in quite a contrast to the pretty quiet and cold offense we saw from the Dutch throughout the first 2 games of this weekend. Signorf Loopstok is the hitter. His second at bat. His first at bat, he hit an RBI single. First pitch hunting. Hit a base hit into left field. Was gunned down trying to take second, but did get an RBI to his name. One ball, no strikes as Mergans fires in. That is taking all the way for Loopstok. It's called a strike, 1-1. It's 4-1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're approaching the end of this ball game, unless the Czechs mount some kind of crazy comeback in the top of the 9th inning, as Loopstok skies that ball out of play. That 1-2 pitch by Mergans is skied into the infield. And that is caught by the shortstop, Wojtek Mensik. And that brings the number 8 hitter in the lineup to the plate. That is John Polonius, the shortstop for Team Kingdom. The understudy to Didi Gregorius. Came into the ball game yesterday and Friday for Didi, and started today in Gregorius' usual spot with the 33-year-old taking over DH duties today, and successfully so. Got his first 2 hits out of the way. Did Didi. Drove in a run. Scored a run. And now it's up to Polonius to see if he can help expand the 4-1 lead that the Dutch currently have. As Mergans fires in a strike on 3-0. Poloni is taking all the way there. Excuse me, not on 3-0. Scoreboard again. Not keeping track of things for me. 3-1 now. As Poloni skies that foul out of play. So full count to the veteran shortstop. With Tommy van der Zande on deck, the number 9 hitter. And leadoff hitter Jan-Tito Tromp in the hole. If we even get that far. Next pitch by Mergans on the way, 3-2. It's ball 4, Polonius walks. As he chucks his bat towards the dugout. And Tommy van der Zande can make his way to the plate. So Van der Zande looks at ball 1 low. Ooh, that's hit hard by Van der Zande, the third, off the glove of Philip Schmola. And then Mensik tries to throw out Van der Zande at first base, but the young number 9 hitter is too fast. So he crushed that ball off of the glove at third base. There's a meeting of the minds on the mound now for the Czechs. Oh, that's Tommy van der Zande's first international base hit for Team Kingdom. So that's why the baseball is being flipped to the coaching staff and into the dugout. Tommy van der Zande's first base hit as a member of Team Kingdom of the Netherlands. Congratulations, Sami. And he'll get to take that baseball home and put it somewhere cool. So runners on first and second now for Team Kingdom. Poloni has moved to second on that grounder by Van der Zande. And now it's up to Jan-Tito Tromp to try to extend the 4-1 lead that Team Kingdom currently holds. As this is first pitch to Tromp as a ball. Kelly still warming up in the bullpen. That's a nice breaking ball by Mergans for a called strike. So 1-2 now to Jan-Tito Tromp, who you can make an argument for has been the most valuable player for the Team Kingdom offense this weekend. The only one who hit the ball with authority up until a couple innings ago. And then he was also the one who ignited this Team Kingdom offense with his massive solo home run in the bottom of the 5th inning. That not only put the Kingdom team on top 1-0, but also as they say, hitting is contagious. It lit a fire under the Dutch offense because they've banged out a bunch of hits since. There's a total of 15 on the board already. So Tromp definitely doing his part out of the leadoff spot today with Roger Bernardina riding the bench today after playing yesterday and on Friday. Getting a breather today. Tromp showing his very best today out of the leadoff spot. 1-2 count to Junito Tromp. Van der Zande at first. Polonius at second. As that pitch by Mergans is in the dirt, nice block by Vikuka. Making sure both runners cannot advance. 2-2. And there's the 2-2 that's drilled into center field, but that will be chased down by the Czech center fielder. So Tromp retired. Nice catch by Dubovi. And that puts it in the hands of Dwayne Kemp. One run, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Czech Republic today. 4 hits, 4 runs, 15 hits, no errors for Team Kingdom. Didi Gregorius on deck. I'm sure the crowd would love to see another Didi at bat, so no pressure on Dwayne Kemp to keep this inning going with 2 outs. First pitch by Mergans is in the dirt again. Vikuka blocks it. A very distinctive blocking style does Vikuka. Almost throws himself forward and sideways to block that baseball. It ends up in the left-handed batter's box, almost. And he's also sitting on one knee now, which interesting, but Kemp will do exactly what the crowd has asked for. He drills the baseball into left field. It goes all the way to the wall, and it will plate both Polonius and Van der Zande all the way from first. So 2 RBI double for Dwayne Kemp. And it is 6-1 Team Kingdom of the Netherlands, and we'll get another Didi Gregorius sighting. Yeah, Kemp absolutely murdered that baseball, because even the lightning-fast Willie Escala couldn't track that down in left field. He tried his best, but he wasn't anywhere near when that baseball landed. Rolled to the almost furthest, like deepest part of the ballpark almost. It's that little stretch between left center and center. A little alleyway. Left center field. So 2 RBI double for Dwayne Kemp. It's 6-1 Team Kingdom of the Netherlands. They've banged out 16 hits today. Very entertaining ball game. So Didi Gregorius now against David Mergans. Oof. Well, Didi thought he would do the same thing Kemp just did, and it's smack a baseball to the wall. Instead, he swings right through it for a strike. Oh my God, man. Yeah, either Didi's seeing the baseball very well these last couple of innings, or pitchers are just afraid of him and throwing him cookies, but Didi crushed that baseball, but it was foul over the bullpen in right field. Just a little bit too early. And Didi's doing some timing exercises now at home plate, trying to time the pitches of David Mergans. Oh, 2 count to Didi Gregorius. Dwayne Kemp at second base. As Didi fouls one into the VIP section. Nice grab there by a fan as it bounced back from the netting back into the crowd. And that's good job looking at that keeping your eye on that baseball. So count remains 0-2, 2 outs here. As that pitch is high, they tried to get Didi to chase on a high fastball, but you need something better than that to deke out a veteran like Didi. As Didi hits that baseball into center field, it's put away by Arnost Dubovi, so that ends the inning. But not before Team Kingdom adds 2 runs to their tally of 6. They banged out 16 hits today, and we're going to the top of the 9th inning. Kevin Kelly will be called upon to close out this ball game. With a 6-1 lead, he started warming up when it was just 4-1, so it's no longer a safe situation, but still Kevin Kelly comes out. Good old number 33. Kevin Kelly takes the mound. He'll take his warm-up pitches. And we'll be back with you for the final inning of the Rotterdam baseball weekend in just a second. So here we go. Top of the 9th inning. Marek Klub is walking to home plate to kick off the 9th inning for the Czech offense. Kevin Kelly on the mound. First pitch strike for Kevin Kelly. And that's his second pitch strike as Klub swings right through it. 0-2 the count. And, oh, that was quick. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Klub's like, well, should I argue this? Nah, it's not really worth it. Down by 5. It's the 9th inning. It's cold. It's travel day. That brings up Milan Prokop. Kelly is just going right after these guys, just throwing his best stuff in the strike zone, No muss, no fuss. Strike one here to Prokop as he swings right through the first pitch. That's a ball one just a little bit low. Kelly kicks, fires, and that's a check swing foul ball. As Prokop was trying to get out of the way, moved his bat just a little bit. Baseball bounced right off of it into the Dutch dugout. So 1-2. As Prokop fouls this pitch off. Stays alive. Count remains 1-2. It's a good way to end this weekend. This has been a very entertaining ball game, very fun to see the Kingdom team warm up a little bit offensively, just as I was speculating at the start of the game that we might not see a lot of hard-hit baseballs due to the temperature dropping so much compared to yesterday and Friday. The opposite has happened. The Kingdom team has banged out 16 hits, including a home run by Gianlido Tromp. A solo shot that gave the Dutch the lead, 1-0 in the 5th inning. They haven't looked back since. His next pitch by Kelly is outside. So full count to Milan Prokop. That's number 31 for the Czechs. Now fouls it back to the screen. So count hangs at 3-2. We'll do it all again. Kelly just goes country hardball here. Fastball down the pipe, and Prokop swings through it, strikes out. And that brings us to a pinch hitter. Number 97. Oh yeah, that's the guy with the very difficult last name. Rejicic. Marek Rejicic. Krejcirczyk. I'm going to try my best to remember that for the next time I'm calling a game for the Czech Republic. 2 outs, top of the 9th. The Czechs down to their final out. And Kevin Kelly fires a strike in there against Krejcirczyk. And strike 2. All right, the Czechs down to their final bullet. 0-2 count here, 2 outs, top of the 9th. They're trailing by 5, excuse me, 6-1. And Kevin Kelly will be looking to put away Krejcirczyk here. And he does so with a very nice, but he's smiling as he walks off the mound. Like, that was a good last inning. And a little dance for Kevin Kelly. So Team Kingdom take this series 2-1. They beat the Czech Republic on Friday 1-0, lost 6-0 on Saturday. And this final game was a 6-1 victory for Team Kingdom of the Netherlands. So thank you so much for being with us this weekend during the Rotterdam baseball weekend. A friendly triple header between the Czech Republic and Team Kingdom of the Netherlands on their way to the European Championships in the Czech Republic. I had a blast calling these games for you. Thanks so much for hanging out. On behalf of the crew here, Mike Spijkerman, Julian, and sitting at home watching in front of the TV, Director Jeroen Groenemans, who was with us yesterday and Friday. So long, thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon. My name is Jasper Roos. See you later.
Vida. Claro. Ojo. Échate. Baja por abajo aquí. Hay una cadena que está ahí que va por abajo. Ah, bueno, baja. Baja. Hay que tiene que dar la vuelta por allá abajo. Por atrás. No está bien baja. Es que no se puede bajar. Tú vas por entrar. Por allá atrás, porque por aquí tú no puedes entrar. Está bien, entra, ven.
Thank you.